We are here at Halloween Horror Nights 11 at Universal Studios Singapore. My name is Ronald for Yahoo Southeast Asia, and this year's edition features two world-renowned intellectual properties. The first is Netflix series All of Us Are Dead, and the second is Canadian superstar The Weeknd. How faithful are these haunted houses to the original material? Let's find out.
Yeah, so from conceptualization to what you see around us today, it takes around a year of a lot of hard work and a lot of fun as well.
I was a fan of the show. Like when it first came out, I already watched it in one go. But when we finally got the opportunity to work on it, we were like, yes. But the second time around, I had to take down notes and really pay attention.
For every Halloween Horror Nights event, usually the brainstorming and the planning process starts a year before everything. So yes, it's a really lengthy process, but we do enjoy it.
Yeah.
So ultimately, when we knew that we were going to start working on this house, the first thing that we did was to look into what all the US mazes did last year for Orlando and Hollywood. And then from there, we were thinking, how can we develop the story even further? So after that, we then dove into everything of his content, from the After Hours album to the Dawn FM content. And then from there, we decided to pick out all the key visuals that we liked and to see how we could develop a new story from start to finish.
I would say that the whole house has pretty much been recreated from the TV show.
We really studied all the different scenic elements in the houses and all the different scenes, and we worked very closely with our designers. We also worked with Netflix and the production team. They gave us some renderings of their own supply room as well as their classroom. So we were able to take references from there.
Even the characters as well.
Even the characters, yes, that's a good point, because they give us the designs of the makeup for each of their characters
Exactly.
as well.
So we were able to really faithfully recreate the almost like exact, makeup and exact kind of like areas, obviously scaled to a haunted house.
We worked really closely together with Orlando and Hollywood to basically fabricate some select props. One of the featured props in the house would be the iconic severed head that we see in his music video Too Late, where these two crazed plastic surgery girls pick it up and toy around with it.
Trying to find the perfect body.
Yes, trying to find the perfect body, which we actually also saw in the mazes that Universal Orlando and Hollywood did last year. So we thought that's such an iconic key piece we definitely wanted in the house. So there was a lot of collaboration together with the creative team of EXO and Orlando and Hollywood. But I would say that Universal Studios Singapore as well, our costuming team did the main bulk of designing and fabricating most of the costumes that you see in the house.
Yeah, it was really a fun and collaborative process, because when we first pitched our concept to them, they were very responsive. They really loved it. And they also shared it with the production team, and they also they didn't really have much notes for us, so we were kind of happy. And along the way, we sent our developments with them for approvals, and they were really supportive of what we are creating over here.
They were very collaborative with us simply because I think they understood that, we were doing a haunted house. So they knew that, we had to take some creative license in certain aspects and certain areas.
Yeah, so the creative team were involved from the very beginning. And what was really exciting for Pat, myself, and the rest of the creative team at Universal Studios Singapore is we actually got to pitch some new ideas to continue that story that they had already told last year with After Hours Nightmare. So then from there, with those ideas, Weeknd's creative team kind of guided us along each step, and they pinpointed some features to highlight, like the scenic and the audio and some characters, to really ensure that Abel's creative vision was kept to the high standard that he needs it to be.
In the series, actually, some of the rooms and scenes were really clean in terms of the wall treatments that you see. So when we designed the haunted house, we really wanted to amp it up in terms of the treatments and the distress that you see in the scenes.
We definitely took artistic liberty where that is concerned, simply because we are a haunted house. The whole point of us is to scare you. And so we wanted to, amp up the amount of bloodshed and gore that we could put out there while still realistically creating Gyeongsan High. A lot of what happened in the series in the school takes place in the day, but daylight isn't very scary. So artistic delivery is taken by way of making things a little bit darker, a little bit dimmer, maybe a little bit more flickering.
The first half of Our House is after hours. So you get to see the Weeknd as this crazed madman stalking you through his nightclub. And then when we transition into Dawn FM, all the new material, the roles are kind of reversed and we see the Weeknd, he's the one now being hunted and in this never-ending purgatory of pain. So, you know, really, I think what transcends us at Universal Studios Singapore is the fact that we are using both After Hours and Dawn FM and that we're really diving into that dark material and paying tribute to all of Abel's amazing work.
Yes, one of my favorite scenes is the classroom scene because that was one of the most intense scenes in the series itself.
Because a lot of the time, I think the show is quietly creepy with the zombies slowly approaching, you know. So we wanted to focus on that classroom scene also because that's where you suddenly see a horde of them all coming. So that's, you know, that's the fear and that's the scare for us as well.
And one of our favorites was actually this infinity mirror maze that they took reference from the Weeknd's halftime Super Bowl show.
Yeah.
And it was just such an iconic scene of his dancers running around and it seemed like an infinite maze of mirrors, and it was also replicated for the mazes in Orlando and Hollywood. So we decided, because we also have his top hit of Blinding Lights playing, this is gonna be a star room, so we definitely had to feature that.
So we're just done with the entire 5 haunted houses, 3 scare zones. Honestly, this experience is great. I think the source material, they really kept original. I mean, the Weeknd house, they kept all the music videos. I'm sure you can spot all the different references in the house itself. For all of us that are dead also, they played Hyosan High School really well. You see all the zombies, the props, the set, the lighting, the blood, all of it was there. I'd say the Matriarch house was the scariest for me. Anyway, Halloween Horror Nights 11 runs from 29 September to 4th November. Get your tickets right here, and if you like the content that you're watching right now, check out all these videos. Bye!